Bank Field as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
To kick off, here's Riley Patterson. And we're off from Jacksonville. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out to the second pick of the second round back in 2023. Out of Kentucky, it's Will Levis.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
Injuries like these haven't stopped them from locking up a playoff spot, Brock. They've been able to fight through them to remain one of the best teams in the entire conference.
And I love that word, fight. It's definitely the key one here. There's been tremendous fight, grit, toughness up and down this roster to keep their level of play despite all these injuries. And they've gotten some tremendous fight out of the players who've stepped into those shoes and taken advantage of the opportunities.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. Levis. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Levis throwing again on second down. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Has his man, it's Ridley. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out in his 4th season since arriving as the #1 overall pick back in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Last week is one of those weird spots as a quarterback, Kate. Right? You celebrate a win. Every win is so hard in this league, but as a QB, you also know when you throw more interceptions than touchdowns, you're very fortunate to come on the winning side of any game at this level.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Ball at the 33 for first down. Lawrence working from the gun. Quick hitter complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 3 now. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Complete. It's Ingram. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Markers reset. Ball at the 37. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. He's on the move. Now here he goes. And he's out of bounds, a little short of the 10. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. Handoff here to Sanders. And he only gets this one down to the 9. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And the Titans take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
The Titans and Will Levis set to take over again. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. Caught by Pollard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. This one finds Boyd. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, Levis. That pass complete to Boyd. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They're now set for 1st and 10. First carry here for Tony Pollard. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain on that play, and this is how we'll end the 1st quarter. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter, and it's Titans football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And the Titans will have a 1st down. On the play fake, it's Levis. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. They give to Pollard from the gun. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Now it's a bootleg for him. Complete beyond the marker. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Levis now on 1st down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking DeAndre Hopkins' way there. So it'll be 2nd down. Levis from the shotgun. That's caught at the 4. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Levis. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans get the game's 1st points here in the 2nd. Will Levis with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay to return it. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Second drive coming up for the Jacksonville offense. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On the give, it's Sanders. And he's able to work this down to the 41. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Here's Sanders once more. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down throw, Lawrence. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And he will score! Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. Riley Patterson on for the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And we're all knotted up. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. 1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing is Levis. Okonkwo brings it in. And he'll get it up to the 44. Titans in the hurry-up, trying to get this play off fast. Boyd hauls it in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Titans in the hurry-up, trying to get this play off fast. To the sideline it goes. He makes the play. Pass caught. Both feet are down. First down, ball at the 36. Levis throwing again. Fires down the middle, and it is caught. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That one's incomplete, couldn't connect.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
And the Jaguars are there. He's hauled down. Tennessee calling its 2nd timeout now. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. A tight end in motion now. Lawrence now off the play action. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now Lawrence on the play fake. He beams one deep right side. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Looking to throw. He's trying another one deep. He's got it inside the 25. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. So we're halfway through this contest from Jacksonville. The hometown Jaguars out in front. Now we'll send you down I-95 a couple hours to Orlando. No need for halftime. We'll just keep it right here and get started with the 3rd quarter. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. They pull out the reverse. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Sanders on the shotgun handoff. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 28. Hits his man on the out route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally...
He's got his man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again, following the sack. It's complete to Hopkins. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even two defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, Levis. That one complete to Hopkins. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Now Levis. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars take possession as he makes his fourth interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Let's go.
Motioning left is Thomas. First and 10, it's Lawrence. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And that will not be enough for a first down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's again to Bigsby. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with first and goal. They'll go from the gun with Sanders. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The Titans ready to take over on offense. They're coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space.
Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the fumble recovery is made. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on third. This one finds Boyd. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Levis here on first down. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it second down. Shotgun now for Levis. Pass caught by Ridley. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They motion the tight end over. Throwing now on first down, Levis. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Foye Oluwakin with the pick. And the Jaguars take over on his 5th interception of the season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Lawrence working from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Patterson on for the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Starting at the 10. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock. Well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Levis now on first down. That'll be complete to Burks. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Levis from the shotgun. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem? Defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers. And they got one right there with that sack.
Only 3 yards that time. They're left to figure out a 3rd and 15. Right back to Pollard. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Desperation time on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Tennessee.
Here's Levis. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Levis back to throw. It's caught. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Titans hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Levis throwing again. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They'll go Levis. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Jaguars take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. Sanders running dead ahead. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go right back to Sanders. Room for him past the 30. Dukes out a 1-stop. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
That's good for the Jaguars.
Trying the inside handoff to Sanders. And they bring him down around the 34. So the Jaguars come away with a win in this one. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.